I wanted to be a photographer. And then I think I figured I'll never make any money doing this. And I got a little commercial. My idea of being a commercial artist was to go into interior design. You know, I'm more of an artist that through all these years of doing interiors has learned a little bit of business sense and has learned how to fulfill a client's fantasy. But I started out as like an artist. My father was like a contractor, so I always had an exposure to construction and these big high-rises. And my grandfather used to build the sets of Paramount Studios, so as a kid I was like on the back lots of like, the Ten Commandments with these giant sphinxes and these back lots of like ancient Egypt and Helen of Troy, and I mean it was unbelievable for my imagination and for everything that like I was exposed to was pure fantasy, but I guess it took root. It's nice to have spaces that reflect people's personalities, that are custom tailored for them, that are not just cookie cutter. Otherwise, we're going to walk into like a military state, where everything starts looking too much the same, where I think we need to keep our uniqueness and individuality. I mean, when you look at the books of my work, I mean, it looks like a schizophrenic did it in a way. I mean, it's like, 1 minute you're like a Rondak, the next minute you're, Moroccan, then really contemporary, then whatever. But that's the fun of design. That's the fun of like expressing and staying unique and not being like everything else that's out there. I think you need to have your own edge.
We always end up like doing always a good job together, because she's obviously a very talented designer, and more specifically, and I like very much to design furniture. I specialized around 10 years ago in this program, that is 3D program. It's called 3D Max. I started to design the furniture, and then we started to produce together. And she's the best to place furniture or to incorporate furniture.
So we're on our way to 900, which has been growing up in my backyard. And I wanted you to see what's happening over there. The building is finally open and we're almost complete with the installation. And we're pretty excited about all the pieces and the way everything is coming together. So welcome to Miami's 900. This is the Sky Lobby. This is going to be the residential entrance when you're dropped off. And we try to create like a really relaxed, modern interior here, and I think it has a really nice feeling. Here starts the fun. The pool deck is directly above, so we have a reflecting pond that allows you to get some light and get a hint of what's upstairs. This changed several times. It's a process of, getting your original designs in and then getting edited. And then when the prices come in, you have to value engineer them too. So it's a long process. Our priority is to use green products. As I was mentioning to you earlier, even at 900 we did all of the millwork in bamboo. And we're trying to use woods that are from sustainable forests. We're trying to use all natural products, and of course we try to deal with factories, especially in China, that are not using chemicals or using anything that's harmful to the environment. I think Versace was a really fabulous man. And at the time that he died, he was like responsible for 60,000 people working. 60,000 people. He created such an energy, and the impact that he brought to Miami which I still don't think is recognized enough, because it was really with Miami Vice and Don Johnson wearing Versace, and then Versace himself coming and creating such an incredible modeling atmosphere here. You know, he really put Miami Beach on the map in terms of bringing it into a new style, other than, you know, the 60s Frank Sinatra, Jackie Gleason kind of concept of what Miami was. And believe me, Miami had died and was definitely in a resurrection mode when Versace came to town. We just completed a townhouse at Aqua for a Russian developer, Mirax, and who partnered with Craig Robbins and actually bought 13 of the townhomes and had different designers like Rene Gonzalez, I think Brown Davis, Jeffrey Thrasher, a couple of the different designers do a project, do the house from start to finish, and market it that way. My house was just sold, yay! And here's some photographs of it. I mean, we were doing a design for the Russian market, so it's a little bit more done than I usually do. And here's a shot of the living room, which has like a traditional but more of a transitional kind of feeling of it. It's still a little edgy. Of course, we use like these oversized images of Irans and mix them with like Moroccan chandeliers. And as I said earlier, we had to have every piece of furniture custom made because we did this project from start to finish in 4 months, which is really not a lot of time in the trade to be able to conceive of what you're doing, get it manufactured, and get it installed. In developing these townhouses, we were trying to create an environment for the Russian market that adapts to our Florida lifestyle. The Russian market is a little bit more traditional than what South Florida is usually known for, which is like, you know, all white pastels and really contemporary. So this is a little more formal, but it's like a casual elegance. When I started 900, I would say, you know, coming from a city where like every architect that enamored me was dead, I kind of thought to myself, this is a building that's going to outlive me. And I hope that I'm known for, you know, simple elegance.